Hi guys, today we're going to be doing a Pilates mat routine focusing on finding the inner heat to really build up a sweat or a warm feeling during the exercises, drawing within, creating the tension from within our own bodies. It is not a foam roller class, but I will be using my foam roller for certain exercises. So I'm going to go ahead and get it and put it to the side. I'm going to begin with my feet in, they're separated the same distance as they would be for saw or the spine stretch. So hip distance or wider, but not necessarily as wide as the mat. I'm going to go ahead and pop my knees up from there, articulate my spine down to the mat, and stretch my legs long. We're going to begin with a side bending banana type stretch. You've probably done a variation of this on the Cadillac with the roll down bar. First, I'm going to draw in my lower abs, drop my belly to my spine, bring my ribs together, open my shoulder blades flat and wide. If you feel like your shoulders are rounding slightly, gently yearn them back to the ground. You don't want to press them into the ground or create some tension in your neck, but you do gently want to yearn your shoulder blades to the mat. Go ahead and pop your ribs once or twice to feel a feeling. Draw your ribs together, drop your lower abdominals. Flip your palms to the ceiling, melt all 12 back ribs into the mat, leaving a slight lift between your sacrum and your 12 ribs if possible with your body. When we breathe, we don't pop out the front. Think of breathing laterally. You're breathing to the sides and bottom of your lungs. And on the exhale, you narrow. One more, we're going to inhale wide. Feeling ourselves spread on the mat, so to speak, and we're going to exhale to draw everything in. I'll flip my palms to the ground. I'm going to take my right hand. That's what this is. I'm going to bring it out to a T first. From there, I'm going to bring it up so that my biceps by my ear. From here, I'm going to crunch my left side obliques to bring my hand all the way across to the other edge of my mat. I'm going to flex both of my feet. I'm going to take my right hand. Using my inner thighs, I'm going to squeeze my legs together and release it. When you do that, don't pop up. Leave the right side of your body reaching down for the mat as if it's magnetized. On the third, I'm going to leave my leg there. I'm going to bend at my right knee. I'm going to cross my ankles without sickling my foot. I'm going to ground my hip, ground my ribs, draw my ribs together, and open up across the body. My left hand is reaching down my left leg, but not crunching at my side. I still feel a reach on both sides. One more. From there, I'm going to separate my ankles, uncross them, but leave my legs glued together. And now, with control, I'm going to separate my foot back to the original position. I'm going to straighten my body back up. My biceps still by my ear. I'm going to flip my arm out to a T and bring it down to my side. From there, I'm going to flip my left arm out to a T and bring it up so my biceps by my ear. From there, I'm going to crunch my obliques, squeeze my obliques on my right side so that my left hand reaches across to the opposite side of the mat. My right hand is reaching down my leg, but I'm crunching. My neck is nice and long. I'm going to take my left leg, squeeze my inner thighs to bring my left leg to my right. I'm still reaching down with this side of the body. It hasn't popped up to assist in a squeeze. I'm going to squeeze again, using my inner thighs, reaching my hip down, reaching my ribs down. Separate my legs. On this next squeeze, we're going to hold it for a second and then cross our ankles. Bring your ribs together, squeeze your legs. Now with control, cross your left ankle over your right. Don't sickle your foot or bend your foot funny. It should remain straight, shooting out of your leg or your calf, the front of your calf, your shin. We're going to continue breathing here. Reaching our hip down, reaching our side ribs down, opening up at our shoulder. Feeling the nice stretch all the way from the top of our fingers, shooting down through our toes. I'm going to separate or uncross my ankles, leave my legs squeezed together. And now I'm going to separate my legs with control. I'm going to unbend, coming back up centered, float my left arm out to a T first. From there, I'm I'm going to bring it down to my side. I'm going to pull down behind my knees and rock up. We're going to do a variation of footwork using our foam roller to roll our feet in and out. We are going to keep as heavy or flat of a sacrum as possible from our hips to our tailbone and try and go right here in your very, very low back. I'm going to go ahead and lift my feet up and up. Roll down on my back. I am going to come with my feet gently pointed. The roller is right here, right below my calf, but above my ankle to give me plenty of space to roll. I'm drawing in on my abs, dropping my belly button to my spine. My back is slightly imprinted so that I can support the load of my legs since they are lower. I'm going to put my hands down by my side. If you feel your shoulders are rounding, flip your palms to the ceiling to assist in opening up your shoulders. My neck is long, the base of my skull is on the mat. From there, I'm going to use my hamstring and my glutes to pull the roller towards my tailbone. I'm going to press it back out with control. The goal of this is to not lose control of your roller, but also to keep the box of your body, or your core, from your shoulders to your hips, stable and still. Your legs are moving by folding at the hips and pressing back out. Here's 5, 6, and release. Now squeeze your glutes and hamstrings. Leave your heels together the whole time and straighten and squeeze your inner thighs. 2 more. 1 more. And press. From there, I'm going to bring my feet to parallel. I still have a gentle point. I'm going to, whoops, pardon me. I'm going to pull my feet towards me. I'm coming up onto the tips of my toes on the foam roller and straighten them back out. My knees are coming higher. It is a different feeling on the core, especially because we were in the frog position earlier. You might find it's a little bit more difficult. Only come to where you can maintain the stability of the box of your body. You may have to adjust the foam roller like I just did. I may slide, may move around, depending on your mat. May not move as well as you would like for it to. Pull with your hamstrings and glutes and stretch to release your hip flexors. Think of yourself growing longer, so squeeze underneath hamstring curl and think of yourself shooting energy out of your head and through your toes. 1 more. And straighten it. And now we're going to pull back our toes towards our knees and then pull back to a fully flexed foot. We're going to press through the balls of our feet and then press through our toes for a full foot articulation. So toes, ball of feet, toes. Continue. See if you can make it a little bit more fluid. While we're doing this movement, it's very small. Go ahead and check in on the backs of your body. Are both sides of your hips equally grounded? Are your ribs yearning for the mat, and are they drawn together in the front as if you're wearing a corset? Is your neck nice and long? Here's 9 and 10. From there, I'm going to flex both feet. I'm going to hover my right foot off in a flex foot. I'm going to draw my knee into tabletop and press it back out to working level. I have energy shooting out of my heel. My leg has changed. I want to make sure that my opposite hip is still reaching for the mat. My ribs are still together. I have energy also shooting out of my heel that's on the foam roller. This leg is very strongly grounded. 1 more. I'm going to float that leg down to the foam roller and float my left leg up to working level. Check in on your body again. Make sure that you're equally weighted on both sides. Pull my leg into tabletop and press it out. And pull, and 2, Here's 3. Drop your belly to your spine. 4. We're still working towards creating that heat. Drop your tummy, draw your ribs together, draw your shoulders down. Squeezing glutes and hamstrings. 2 more. And 10. From there, I'm going to release my foot. I'm going to gently point my feet in a Pilates V. And raise my fingertips up to the ceiling. I'm going to do 3 curl ups, bringing my hands down by my hips, reaching for my foam roller. Inhale. Exhale, reaching strongly for my foam roller, drawing my ribs towards my hip, dropping my belly button towards my spine, and release back down. Inhale, exhale to lift. Inhale at the top, and exhale down. 1 more. And exhale. From here, we're going to begin pumping for the hundreds. Our arms are going to be a little bit larger than the normal pumps. We're going to bring them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and lift your chin off your chest. Woo, my foam roller is moving a little bit. You want to minimize the movement on your roller. Even though your hands are moving larger, you want the movement to come from your shoulder joint. Now I'm going to hover my right foot off for 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. 1 more set. For this leg, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower my foot, bring up the other one. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. This can also be done with a pillow under your feet. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower both feet. And now lift them both. Hover slightly. 1 more set. Don't tuck or tilt your tailbone. Articulate. Down. From here, bring up our hands over our head. Inhale, nodding our chin to our chest. Staying in a C-shaped curve. We're going to roll over our legs for roll up with our feet on the foam roller. Enjoy the little massage that you get on the back of your legs. If it hurts, please take your legs off. Inhale. Rolling back. Allow my sacrum to hit first. It may be easier for you to find your sacrum placement on the mat here when you roll back, since your legs are slightly elevated. Inhale. Really find your sacrum there. Exhale to fold over your feet. Go ahead and grab your feet and pull yourself towards your legs. Release. Inhale to pull back. Slow as you can. Really place your sacrum down. Before you exhale your arms over your head. Inhale. And exhale over your feet. Inhale to pull back. And exhale down to the mat. Control your movement as much as possible. Don't allow momentum to take you. And try not to allow your feet to become light on the roller as you roll up. That is a sign of your hip flexor, your quads taking over. You'd like to keep the movement as much as possible in your abdominals. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale back. Exhale down. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Find your sacrum. Exhale down to the mat. From there, bring your feet off of your foam roller so they're bent. My heels are underneath my sits bones. I'm going to windshield viper my legs from side to side. Allow my knees to rock gently. My hip may pop off. If you have osteoporosis, lower back problems, please don't do this movement. If the twist bothers you, or if your doctor has approved. From there, we're going to do a reverse ab curl. If you have lower back problems, neck problems, osteoporosis, osteopenia, please drop your abdominals to your spine, imprint your low back, hold the position, and release. I'm going to bring my hands into what's called prayer position. Place my thumbs on my forehead with the bottom of my hands reaching for my nose. My legs are crossed. I have my right leg over my left again. I'm drawing in. I'm in a neutral spine right now. I have a flat sacrum, a slight lift to my low back. All 12 reps are on. Shoulders are flat. I'm going to inhale. Exhale and front my low spine to the mat. So I'm going to lose my curve. If you have any of those issues that I was talking about earlier, please stop here and hold. Otherwise, go ahead and tuck your tailbone and draw it off of the mat slightly without moving your shoulders. Release and come back to a neutral spine. The movement is very small. Exhale to imprint. Lift if you're able to. Release to a flat sacrum on the inhale. And exhale. Hold it. Inhale back down. Exhale and lift. And release. Go ahead and cross your opposite leg so that your left leg's over your right. We're going to inhale. Exhale to imprint your spine or place your spine fully on the mat. Tuck your tailbone and lift your tailbone towards your nose. After you hold it, release and come back down to a neutral spine. And exhale, imprint and lift slightly by tucking your tailbone and peeling it off. Peel or place your tailbone back on the mat, or your sacrum back on the mat. Release it to neutral spine. Exhale and tuck. Using no momentum at all. That's how we're going to get the most out of this movement, create the most heat. And release. Go ahead and hold on your knees and gently rock from side to side. I'm going to place one foot down, find my foam roller, place the other foot down. We're going to be moving in to TikTok today. I'm going to locate a neutral spine and bring my foot up to the ceiling. I'm going to first lower my foot to working level without moving the backs of my body. Draw deeply in on my abdominals, especially my lower abdominals, and exhale. I'm lifting this without momentum, drawing my foot back up to, let's call it my nose, 12 o'clock. I'm going to release my foot down to 6 o'clock or towards my foam roller. And then without using my arm, I'm draw my lower abdominals to pull my foot back up to 12. And reach towards your foam roller. And up, reach up, your toe up, up to 12. And reach your toe away. Feel your leg growing longer. Feel your leg on the foam roller growing longer. 2 more. You're probably, or I know I personally feel it grounding through my glute, my hamstring on my left leg right now. And up. From there, I'm going to take my foot, and without lifting my hip, it's going to come across the midline on my body, reaching for the opposite side of the mat. And then I'm going to bring it across my body. It's going to reach for the outside of my mat. At no point have I rocked on my hips one way or the other, lifting a hip or lightening my load of my hip on the mat. If you feel like your hip would like to lighten on the opposite side as you bring your foot away from the midline, go ahead and press strongly into the foam roller with your standing leg. Inhale across. And exhale to the outside. I feel it strongly in my opposite obliques. We have one more. And inhale across. And exhale to the outside. I'm going to bring my foot back up, straight up the center, and draw my knee into my chest. I'm going to extend my right leg onto the foam roller and bend my knee into my chest and extend it up to the ceiling. Give it a little hug if you like. Press firmly down into your standing leg. We're going to inhale our leg, reaching long, reaching energy out of both of our toes and over the top of our head. Reaching our foot down towards 6 o'clock or the floor. No momentum. Reach your foot longer and longer and longer and longer. And draw it towards 12 o'clock. My sacrum's flat the whole time. I'm not tucking or tilting my pelvis, but I am moving extremely slowly. No movement, no momentum. If you feel your legs swing up to your nose, go ahead and slow down the movement. See what you can squeeze out of the exercise that you hadn't been previously because you've been using momentum to move your foot around for single leg circles. This is a variation of single leg circles. With my foot back up at 12, without lessening the weight on either hip, I'm going to bring my foot across the midline, reaching for the opposite side of the mat from there. I'm going to round my standing or stabilized leg and bring my foot away from the midline. Ground with your obliques on the opposite side. Inhale across. And draw your shoulders away from your ears. A nice long neck. A nice wide collarbone. Soften sternum, but draw your ribs together. And here is 5. And one more. Here is 6. Right foot back up straight, toe straight to the ceiling. Draw my knee into my chest. I'm going to hold on behind both my knees and rock up to sitting. We are going to be doing a variation of rolling like a ball. For those of you with osteoporosis or osteopenia, please hold a contraction, drawing your ribs to your hips, dropping your belly button to your spine, squeezing into a ball, but not rolling back onto your spine. I'm going to scoot up slightly. I'm going to hold my roller, squeezing it with the backs right above my heel, right behind my ankle, and above my glute. I'm going to look in on my belly button, holding on somewhere between my shins and my knees. Drawing my ribs to my hips, draw my shoulders down my back. Inhale. Exhale. Squeezing everything a little tighter for the contraction that you should continue if you were unable to roll like a ball. Squeeze your heels together. Inhale back to the tips of your blades. And exhale up. This is harder. It does require you to hold the position. Whoop. Might have to do it again. A little bit tighter. We are going to go to 8. Try not to let your foam roller bottom you up. Really reach into that contraction. Here's 6. And 7. Whoop. Here's 7. Today's not my day for rolling like a ball. Some days like that. 8. Without placing my feet down, I'm going to move my foam roller first and then place my feet down for an added challenge. Just to sort of redeem myself after not being able to rock up so many times. We're going to do the series of 5 with a transition. In between each exercise, I will walk you through it. So please listen for directions and don't just stop the movement because we won't stop during the exercise. So each series of 5 is going to have banana lifts to either side. Inhale, exhale, rock down. Bring my feet to tabletop. Fingers up towards the ceiling. Inhale, exhale to curl up. I'm going to draw my left knee into my chest, extend my right knee. My right hand comes to the inside of my left knee. My left hand comes to the outside of my ankle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale through center. Exhale. Inhale. Switch. Exhale. Draw in. Inhale. If you have hip problems, please stop at 90 degrees. So don't draw your hip past this position. One more set. Also, if you can't do this without tucking your pelvis, please don't continue. I'm going to bring my knees to tabletop. I'm going to, without dropping my head, roll onto my side and extend my legs long From there, I'm going to lift up, reaching my toes and my head. I can lift my hand. I'm not pressing into my hand too hard. My front hand's just for stabilization. I'm using my obliques. It's for stabilization and positioning. We have 3 more. Here's 6. So I don't rock back onto my low back. 7. 1 more. 8. Come down. We're going to rock back through center, lifting up our head as we go. You're going to do the double exercise. We're going to inhale. Our feet out, our hands up by our ears. We're going to shoot energy out of our fingers and our toes. Inhale our arms through T, and exhale, draw everything back in. Again, if you don't have hip problems, you can come in here as long as you're not tugging your tailbone. If you have hip problems, please stop at 90 degrees. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach, drop your belly. Feel the heat from your body. Here's 5. 6, reach as if you're reaching through mud. Here's 7. On this one, as a challenge, lower your legs, but do not lower your arms back past your ears or you'll lose your curl up. From there, without dropping my head, I'm going to rock to the opposite side to do bananas on the other side. I'm going to lift for 1. Notice I'm not using my hand underneath my head. My hands are just there to stabilize me. 4. Of course, within there, I can get up a little higher, right? Here's 6. Draw your belly button to your spine. Squeeze your glutes. 7. 8. Rock back down. Come through center. This is a transition on the series of 5 that I learned from Carrie Pajes. I believe that's how you say her name. On Pilates Anytime. I'm going to extend my feet up to the ceiling. I'm going to drop my left leg, draw my right leg in. Without tucking my tailbone, I'm going to widen my elbows. Bending up the triceps, leaving my shoulders long down my neck. Bringing my shin in towards my nose. And switch. I'm not bringing my nose towards my shin. My shin is coming towards my nose. As I draw my shin closer to my nose, I'm dropping my belly button even deeper to my spine. If you have tight hamstrings or tight low back, please hook or bend your legs. Leave the same bend the entire time. You can reach to your heel, you can reach to your thigh, you can reach behind your knee. Anywhere is good. 1 more set. From there, I'm going to rock. Whoop, I'm right on the edge of my mat, guys, sorry. I fall right off. Rock to the first side again. I'm going to do 8 more banana stretches. Make sure that you rock slightly forward, that you're not twisting back. And do the exercise, and lift, and lower. And squeeze your obliques, bringing your ribs towards your hips and your hips towards your ribs. And 3, 4. Don't allow your neck to go like this. Keep it in line, a gentle curve. 6, 7, and 8. Come down. Come back through center, lifting your head. We're going to reach your feet up towards the ceiling. I have my feet turned out. You can be parallel. My head's in my hands in my head. I have a gentle space between my chin and my chest. So my neck's not crunched. I'm going to lower 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch. And now lift. I'm going to inhale 1, 2, 3. And lift. Lower 1, 2, 3. We're almost halfway there. The last 2 exercises of this series of 5 are always the hardest for me. Try to make sure that you're not tucking or tilting your sacrum on this. You're not rolling around on your tailbone. Reach up a little bit deeper in your curl up. Final 1. When your feet come all the way up, bring them into tabletop. Rock to the opposite side for the final set of banana stretches. We're going to lift 1 and lower. Make sure you're not leaning back on your low back. And when you come up, make sure you can lift your hand up off. Reach your ribs towards your hip. Draw your ribs in and down. 7. Squeeze your thighs together. And 8. Rock back through center. Lifting your head to a curl up. We're going to bring our head in our hands again. I'm going to extend my right leg. My left knee is bent. I'm going to rotate from above the belly button, bringing my ribs across my body and my underarm towards my knee. I'm going to inhale through center. Exhale, bringing my ribs across to the other direction. Bringing my underarm towards my knee. I know it's elbow to knee, but let's not crunch and let's reach our underarm. Don't lose your curl up in the middle, meaning don't go like this, and then lift, and drop, and then lift. We're keeping the curl up, and just twisting. Here's 5. Again, if you have hip problems, please don't come past 90 degrees. You might even feel that you get a little bit deeper of a twist. 7. And here is 8. From there, we're going to rock up to sitting. I'm going to push back, separate my feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. You're going to do spine stretch. If you have tight hamstrings or tight lower back, pop your knees slightly. Press your heels into the mat. Press your sits bones into the mat. If not, please extend your legs if you're able. Bring your hands out in front of you, your fingertips coming out of your sternum so they're not up like this, with your shoulders reaching up towards your ears. We are going to do the 2 count spine stretch. We're going to inhale, not inertia or chest curl. Folding over our legs and exhale to pull back. And back up to sitting. Inhale. And exhale to pull back. Imagine that someone is behind you with a belt. You're reaching away from them as you pull them back, as you pull away, and then they get you back, and you come back up to sitting. But you're trying to get away, creating that heat from within. Create the tension with your own body. Here's 6. Reach your biceps by your ears when you fold over. 1 more. And 8. Go ahead, bend your knees, reach forward. Exhale to come down to the mat. Reach your legs straight up to the ceiling. Platform your arms by your side. We're going to do corkscrew 1, where our hips do not come off of the mat on either side. The circle will be about this big of your feet. Starting at 12 o'clock, we're going to inhale to the right to 3, down to 6, my sacrum stop moving, to left at 9, and back up to 12. We're going to go 9, 6, we're going the opposite way now, 3, and 12. And now we go 3, 6, 9, 12. If you feel your shoulders start to roll in, make your circle a little smaller. Draw your belly to your spine. Really weight your sacrum. This exercise is much harder than it looks like it should be. My feet are sliding against each other as they go from one side to the other. 1 more and then we will go ahead and rock up for saw. Draw your knees into your chest. Rock up. Scoot back again. Separate your feet, hip width or wider. Again, if you have tight hamstrings, tail it back, go ahead and pop. Driving your heels to the ground. Driving your sit bones into the ground. Bring your hands out to a T. Bring them slightly in your periphery so that you're not getting funky in your ribs. Draw your ribs in and down, abs up and in. Rotate without rocking on your sits bones. Articulate down to dive. Now pull back as if you're in that belt again. Sit up, come back through center to the other side. It is spine stretch with a twist. Enjoy the articulation. Enjoy the twist. Make sure that you're not rocking on your sits bones. If you do have your heels pop, it's an even better indication for you if you feel your heels grabbing on the mat. You're twisting your low body. Up, back through center. Shake your legs to the center. Give them a little love. We're going to grab our foam roller. We are going to do a modified swan prep and a modified swan dive with the foam roller, which is actually my favorite way to do it. So we're going to leave it right here, and the first step we're going to do is come lying down onto our stomachs. We're going to make our hands into a pillow, place our forehead on them. First, check in with your body. Draw your shoulders down your back. Bring your ribs together and down. Draw your abdominals up to your stomach. Squeeze your inner thighs and glutes to bring your legs closer together. The drawing in on your belly button and the squeezing of your hamstrings and glutes will help to protect your low back. From there, I'm going to squeeze my glute more strongly on the right side and float my right leg up. I'm not rocking on my hips or redistributing my weight to do this. I do press my pelvic bone gently into the mat. Keep going, right and left, and lower and elbows. Lift and lower, and lift and lower. From there, I'm going to keep the same body position, but I'm going to bring my forearms right below my elbow on to my foam roller, and looking down, my palms are flipped to face the outside of my mat. I'm going to inhale, squeezing down on my lats, hollowing out under my arms, pulling the foam roller towards me with my forearms, and flip my palms to face each other. As I push away, my palms will rotate back to the outside. I'm going to inhale to pull up and in. I'm not crunching my neck towards the ceiling. The top of my head is remaining in a gentle curve with the rest of my spine. Draw my ribs in to come down. You shouldn't pop your ribs as you come up. If you do, you'll know it because it will be like a kickstand when you come down. From here, we're going to go ahead and do the modified swan dive. So I'm going to pull up into swan prep. From there, I'm going to squeeze my glutes and hamstrings to lift my legs as I extend my upper body down the mat. I'm going to inhale to pull up, placing my legs down on the mat. And exhale to roll the foam roller away from me, squeezing my glutes and hamstrings to float my legs out. Inhale up with control, placing my legs on the mat. Exhale away. Pulling my ribs in. Not allowing them to kickstand me or stop me from articulating down. Articulate up. Place your legs down. And roll back. Lifting your legs for squeeze your glutes and hamstrings. Release your legs down to the mat. Press up. Press back into a child's pose. If you like, go ahead and pull the foam roller towards you. Allow your hands to rest on the foam roller as you rest in the child's pose. Take a couple of deep breaths here. We're going to do a few more back extensions. If you'd like to, you're more than welcome to do it without the foam roller. We're going to be doing some single leg kicks. Whoop, got my ponytail on. If you do the single leg kick without the foam roller, you're going to come into a sphinx position, pressing up, still drawing your ribs in and down. Squeeze your legs together, drawing your abs up and in, and do the single leg kick from here. Flex, point, release. If you do it with the foam roller, we are going to do the swan prep, pull up into swan prep, do one set with the right leg first, do one set with the left leg first, and release. We're going to come back up again, do one more full set and release, and then press back into the counter stretch of child's pose. So, I'm going to place my foam roller underneath my forearm, below my elbow. My palms are flipped away from each other. Check on my body again. I'm going to inhale to pull up, flipping my palms towards here, drawing my shoulders away from my ears. I'm going to hover my right leg first and flex and point pulse and release. My left leg's going to hover. I'm going to flex pulse, point pulse, release. Now I'm going to flex pulse, point pulse, release on my left leg, flex pulse, point pulse, release on my right leg. I'm going to articulate back down. I'm going to inhale to articulate back up. Right leg first, flex pulse, point pulse, release. Draw everything in so that you're not shaking. You shouldn't be rocking back and forth this. Now, the more you squeeze your glutes and hamstrings, the more controlled you'll be. And release back down. Go ahead and press back into a child's pose. Again, you can bring your foam roller with you if you like. Feel a nice release in your low back. So, we are going to go ahead and come up. We are going to move on to neck pull, which is my personal favorite. No, it's not really at all. It's a very difficult exercise. If you have tight hamstrings or a tight low back, or if you need a modification to get up, please go ahead and pop your legs. Otherwise, go ahead and extend your feet in front of you, hip width or wider. Place your middle fingers so that they touch on the tips, right in the middle of your forehead, so you're not rounding in on your shoulders. You're going to lean back to a flat back first. And exhale, pull up. Inhale back to a flat back. And exhale to pull up. This will be the last one, and then we're going to move on with an articulation, dropping our sacrum down to the mat, just like in roll up. We're going to inhale back to a flat back, tuck our tail, release our sacrum down to the mat, and exhale down. From there, just like in roll up, we're going to inhale, nodding our chin to our chest, coming into a C-shaped curve, folding flat over our legs. From there, we're going to come up into a hinge, hinging at our waist, bringing the top of our head to where the wall and the ceiling meet. We're going to stack our spine from there, sitting straight up. Inhale, flat back. When you can't go any further, if you feel your legs start to float, tuck your tail and articulate down to the mat. Inhale down in your chin to your chest. Fold over your feet. Come up into a flat back hinge, reaching for the wall and the ceiling meet. Stack your spine straight up. Here's 3. Tuck your tail. And back. Inhale. Folding over. Flat back. And straight up. Inhale back to flat back. Tuck your tail. Articulate down to the mat. Inhale, nodding your chin to your chest. Exhale over your feet. Folding flat, folding long over your feet. Now hinge at the waist, coming up into a flat back. And come straight back up. We have only 2 more, guys. Inhale back. Exhale, tucking your tail. Rolling down. Inhale, nodding your chin to your chest, coming into a C-shaped curve. Folding over your legs. Exhale, hinging up at the waist. And come up to sitting. Inhale back, drawing your shoulders down your back. Tuck your tail. Come back down. Inhale, it gets harder and harder. Fold over your legs. Exhale, hinging at the waist. And come back up into sitting. Sit straight up. Shake it out. You guys did a great job. We are going to go ahead and go into side leg kicks. If you are able to, again, your form, we're going to use this as tactile feedback. Otherwise, you can lay on your side. You can use it for tactile feedback in the front as well, because if you rock back, you're not going to have the foam roller touching your leg anymore. So you can place it in front of you, press down on the foam roller, hollow out under your arm though, so you can really make sure that you're engaging your lat, and lift up on the side closest to the mat. Otherwise, if you're able to, come up onto your forearm, and if you sink into this with your ribs, it is not going to be comfortable, and you are going to definitely get some tactile feedback. So lift up, place it under there, rock forward slightly so that you're not in your low back, flex your feet, hover your leg up to hip height, shoot energy out of your heel. If you like, you can place a hand gently on your foam roller, but pull your shoulder down to keep it in place. Kick your foot forward with the point of foot, and flex to pull it back. Don't allow your hips to rock back when you pull your foot back. Squeeze your glute to do it. Point it forward and flex to pull back, drawing your belly button to your spine. And 3. Here's 4. It is possible to do this a little bit more quickly with control, with no momentum. You just have to create the heat from within. Inhale forward and flex Squeeze your glute, draw your belly button, spine, pull back, and flex. Let's do one more. Stack your feet, squeeze your top leg, your bottom leg, and pull them apart as if you're pulling through mud again. Lower and lift. Lift up out of your side. Make sure you're not sinking into the mat. You're not sinking into the foam roller. And you haven't twisted your body back. Here's 8. Here's 9. And here is 10. Leave your foot hovering. Now squeeze the bottom leg to the top, just like in the banana stretch at the beginning. 2, 3, don't rock back. 4, 5, 6. Don't sizzle your foot. 7, 8, 9. I don't know if anybody else feels this, but I am sweating. 10. I'm going to turn my feet out to Pilates V. Gentle point. I'm going to kick my foot up without sinking in and flex to lower it. I'm not twisting back. Myself personally, with the way my hips are, I have to bring my foot forward slightly. 4, 5. Here's 6 and 7. Here's 8. Here's 9. One more. Here is 10. And now, bring your foot forward. Tap your heel front. Bring it around to the back. And tap your heel without twisting in your hips for a rainbow. It's larger than hot potato. Lift up out of your side. Here's 4. And 5. Squeeze. 6. Feel your femur. Rotate in the hip socket on both legs. 7. I think I lost count. Here's 8. Maybe. Here's 9. And here is 10. Push your foam roller to the side. Roll over onto your stomach. Place your bottom arm as a pillow under your forehead. Reach your top hand for your working leg or moving leg. Press that hip, hand on the mat, and pull your heel to your glute. To really stretch out in the front of the hip flexor to psoas. 2 deep breaths, or 2 more. From there, I'm going to come up to sitting. I'm going to grab my foam roller, place it on the other side. Again, if you want to use your foam roller gentle feedback in the front, I'm going to lay down. If you twist back, please know it'll be because your foam roller will no longer be in the front of your legs, the way you'll be able to tell. First, I'm going to come up onto my form, hollow it under my arm, place my foam roller under my ribs, rock forward slightly so that I'm not in my low back. Flex my feet. Gently coerce my foam roller to stay where I would like it to, so that I know if I'm sinking into it too much, because it will not feel nice. I'm going to hover my foot up to hip height. Point to kick it forward. Flex to pull it back. When my feet stick up on top of each other, I'm going to draw my belly to my spine. Squeeze my glute to pull my foot behind me. And 2. Here's 3. Inhale and exhale. Here's inhale and exhale. Try to keep your foot the same height the entire time. So when you bring it back, it should pop up. When you bring it forward, it shouldn't drop. It should remain the same height the entire time. Here's 9. Rock forward in case you twisted back. Bring your shoulders away from your ears. Stack your feet on top of your shoulder. Shoot energy out of your top heel. Squeeze your top leg, your bottom, and pull them apart. Squeeze them and pull them apart. Here's 3. 4. Drop your belly back to your spine, pull apart. Rock forward slightly, swing on back. Ribs together and down. Nice and long. And here is 10. And now just like in banana, hover your top leg. We're going to squeeze our bottom leg over for 10. And 9. And 8. Lift up out of your side. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Turn your feet out to a gentle Pilates. Feel the gentle point. Lift up, draw everything in, rock forward slowly, lift up, and flex to close, and point, and flex. Here's 3.
Inhale. 5. Woo. It always hurts worse on the second leg because technically you worked out this leg already on the other side because it was your stabilizing leg. So it's already done a lot of work today. Lift up out of your side, and 10. From there, we're going to bring our foot front, tap it front, and tap it back. And this is 1 set. This is 2 sets. Lift up. Draw your abs up and in. Don't rock back in your hips. 4. And 5. Halfway there. Here's 6, and up and over. And 7, and return. Here's 8. Squeeze your glutes. Rotate your femurs in the hip sockets. You can do it. 1 more set. Remove your foam roller. Place it to the side. Roll onto your stomach. Take your bottom hand. Make it into a pillow. Take your top hand. Grab your working leg or moving leg. Pull that heel into your glute and press that hip gently into the mat. Okay. From there, we're going to come up to sitting in a crisscross applesauce. We are going to place the foam roller by our side. My other hand is gently rested on my knee. My abs are up and in. My ribs are together and down. My hands up towards my knees, not back behind me. I'm going to roll over, pressing up out of the foam roller, holding it under my arm, reaching for where the wall on the ceiling meet again with my bicep on my ear. I'm going to pull it under and back up to the other side. Release my hand. And now I'm going to reach again. Make sure that you're not crunching your shoulder to your ear. On either side, draw your shoulder blades down your back. And release. 1 more. And reach. I press out on the foam roller, on my forearm by my elbow, and release. I'm going to bring my foam roller to the other side. Flip the switch on my legs, or switch the flip on my legs. My hand down by my side. Inhale to press out, pressing down into the foam roller, hollowing out under my arm, bringing my bicep by my ear, pressing my opposite hip into the mat. Pull back up to sitting. And I'm going to reach. I'm bending towards my left side personally, but I'm reaching up out of both of them. I'm not collapsing into my side. Come back up. 1 more. And down. From there, I'm going to inhale. My arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale the airway. I'm going to flip the switch of my legs again. I'm going to do 1 more inhale. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all feel nice and warm. You really found the heat within for all the exercises. If you have any questions, please let me know, but have a great day.